Hey Wildcat fans, I'm Matt Little, and I gotta tell you, I'm like a kid at Christmas right now because the new MHL season opens tonight in New Glasgow with the Crushers in action, and then your Valley Wildcats will play their home opener tomorrow night at the Appledome in Berwick. That's Friday, September 15th, hosting the County Aces. But how do the Wildcats stack up this new season? Let's have a look at the roster. The roster for opening night for your 2017-2018 Valley Wildcats looks as follows. In goal, the 1-2 tandem of number 29 Cole McLaren and number 31 Jacob Stewart, one of the best 1-2 goaltending combos in the MHL. The defense will have Donovan Beattie, Cameron Allaby, Ben Varga, Dylan McDonald, Adam Nolan, Josh LaBelle, and Nick Caputo, recently acquired from the Woodstock Slammers. The forward unit includes Matt Warner, Nathan Kenny, Brett Tidman, Nick Cullen, Taylor Ewing, Matt Hermeri, Mikhail Parker, Tarek Paranica, Andrew Peacock, Ryan Roach, Riley McGinnis, Drew Packman, and Brock McLeod, a recent cut from the Charlottetown Islanders of the QMJHL. It's a solid lineup, very strong in goal, some recent additions on the back end, and lots of scoring power up front with a good mix of veterans and rookies. But how does it stack up against the rest of the division? Let's find out. Now, as with all things when it comes to preseason rankings, remember to take these with a grain of salt. This is on paper before any games have been played, but on paper, this is how I see things stacking up. Looking at the Eastlink South Division and really looking at the entire league, it's the Amherst Ramblers on top. This team is absolutely stacked from top to bottom, forward, defense, goal. The league is theirs to lose, or certainly should be this season. Got them at number 1. Incredibly close race and really hard to figure between Truro, Pictou County, and Yarmouth, but I'm going with the Mariners number 2, Bearcats in 3rd, and the Crushers in 4th. Basically, I like the Mariners because I like their balanced scoring just a little bit more than the other teams, and I really like their goaltender, Leif Hertz. Think he might be the single best keeper in the MHL this season. Truro will be very close behind with Kevin Ressup in goal. They've got some good attack as well, and of course a really good defense returning. Pictou County still has what I consider to be the number 1 powerful line in the entire MHL, but until I see some of those other guys on the team that have come in to fill some holes, they've gotten younger, can they get the balanced scoring that they're gonna need beyond just that top line? Then down right now on the outside looking in when it comes to the playoff picture, I've got the South Shore Lumberjacks and the Valley Wildcats. Kills me to put both of those teams there, but let me tell you, this is extremely close, and if there is even a slight falter in amongst those teams in front of them, there could very easily be a lot of jockeying and changing of these positions. South Shore, Valley, both extremely improved from last season and should really contend. We're not going to see a 20 to 30 point gap between playoff teams and non-playoff teams this year. Everybody should be right in the mix the whole way through in the Eastlink South Division. Really move some of these teams into New Brunswick. I think they're all playoff teams, but someone is going to have to miss out, and that'll be whoever has bad luck with injuries or whatever throughout the season. It really is going to be close between all of these teams, and remember, this is a preseason ranking. Anything could still happen. Let's move on now and take a look at the Eastlink North Division. On the bottom in this one, I've got the Campbellton Tigers and the Woodstock Slammers, both for the same reason. It's scoring depth. I really don't know who is going to score the goals on these two teams, and because I like Woodstock's slightly better, they get the 5th spot, and I've got Campbellton down in number 6. Woodstock, maybe they get Ethan Crossman back from the QMJHL, maybe at Christmas or something, and that would certainly improve them, but right now I've got Woodstock and Campbellton at the bottom simply because of scoring depth up front. Number 4, the Edmundston Blizzard, the expansion but not an expansion team because they were the Dieppe Commandos last season. A couple of pieces did not make the move from Dieppe to Edmundston with the new team. They still have a real solid crew. They're good everywhere, not spectacular. Also, I think they're going to be fighting from behind a lot of the season because their new rink is not quite ready, and they've got to play a lot of games on the road to start the year, and that is going to be tough. I've got the Aces at number 3. They really don't have the star power, but I like the quiet moves they've made throughout the offseason. They've got a really good team together. Most people would probably have Edmundston on top of them, but I'm going to rank the Aces slightly higher based on I think they might be a better team unit. Up toward the top in the Eastlink North Division, I like the Summerside Western Capitals as number 2. Summerside is a young team, but I mean, they were a young team last year as well. Somewhat victims of their own success, of course, as Brody MacArthur now has a home in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League with the Moncton Wildcats, but they still are solid top to bottom. They've brought in some good pieces as well, and I think Summerside, out of all the teams in the North, is probably the most likely to, if they're suddenly in contention late in the season, they're the ones that are going to bring in that big free agent acquisition to help bolster the team. So I like Summerside to do well this season, and then on top, the defending division champions, the Miramichi Timberwolves. Now, they lost a lot of veterans and then had other guys not come back. Other guys were traded out for various reasons, but I think they've still got enough to keep themselves on top. I don't think the North is as strong as the South, and that benefits the Timberwolves. I think they've got a really good chance with the pieces they have to put themselves a run and get toward the top of that division and get right back to a league championship series where they were last year. So those are my rankings going into a brand new Maritime Hockey League season. Did I get them right? Did I get them wrong? Time will tell. And remember to, like this video, maybe bookmark it so you can come back and laugh back in the spring when I get the whole thing terribly wrong and the both divisions ended up completely the opposite way of where I thought they might go. Plenty to be settled on the ice. The Valley Wildcats start their brand new season tomorrow night, Friday, September 15th at the Apple Dome in Berwick. Make sure you're there. Puck drops at 7 o'clock. I'm Matt Little, and I'll see you at the Apple Dome.